Yeah, exactly. What do you do when there's branches between you and the shot? Do you take the shot or not? Let's talk about that very briefly in today's episode. But first, the intro. So, you're up in your tree blind, and I told you, or you're in your ground blind, and I told you, wrap yourself in branches, put some nearby you, not a ton. And the question is, how much is too much? Let's inspect this shot here. We're going to take a couple shots. You're going to see that on this side, it's mostly air and leaves, but on this side, do you see the half-inch branches that are sitting there? They represent high-risk shots. And if you nick the branch with your arrow is either going up, going to the left, going to the right, or going down, and you got no idea. So what's the general rule of thumb? The rule of thumb might be something like this, guys. You know that with the Vogtland shooting method, the only thing the arrow does is go up and down. It doesn't go right, it doesn't go left. So if you're looking for an opening here, you're asking yourself right now, is this a good shot? The answer is, I don't know, because the arrow is going to go up a little and come down, and I can't see inside there. Is this a better shot? Yes, but I still can't quite see in here. I'm going to be going point on right there. In fact, hold on, let me go get an arrow. Here's what point on looks like with the Vogtland shooting method. That's what your sight picture looks like. So the next question is, do you take the shot or not? And it all depends on what's up here, because this is where the arrow is going to go. You're going to shoot so accurately, you don't have to worry about anything to the left, to the right, or even below it. It's going to go up a little, and it's going to come down. So do you take this shot? The answer is no. The answer is lower yourself a little bit. Better that you take a shot that looks like this and go point on, because then the arrow is going to go up, it's going to come down, and you can see that it's going to miss. So take that shot, feel good about it. But this one, where the arrow looks like this, guys, that's a tough shot to take because you don't know what's up in here. Even if you hit a branch, chances are, I just hit one a few minutes ago and it knocked the arrow down and it went off to the right of the target. Slapped it down like the hand of God. But if you can lower yourself a little bit like this, even if you lower yourself that you're punching through a leaf as you go point on the target, you still know that the arrow is going to go up and down through air and you're going to make a good clean shot. Let's go over here and look. Here we got what looks like, my eye says it's a straight shot at the deer, but the target isn't. The target is my arrow, and if I put it point on here, it's going to go up inside here. So do I take that shot? I'm looking at these branches before the deer ever showed up in that area, and I'm trying to understand if it's mostly air, mostly leaves, or if there's even one big arrow-sized branch up there. If it's an arrow-sized branch, then what you're going to do is go down a little bit, then go point on. The arrow is going to go up to about here, pass through all of the branches and hit the deer. More importantly, your body is completely obscured by all the branches here. All your activity is all muffled, it's all masked. The deer can't see it happening, and that's an advantage for you. So learning how to shoot through branches intelligently is actually a very useful skill. But in a situation like this, do I aim for the deer? I don't know. It might be a branch right up there waiting for me and the arrow could go anywhere. So what's the solution? Lower down a little bit. Still go point on. I can imagine where point on is here. And then if the arrow goes up, it's going to go up like this, pass through the hole, go into the body of the deer. See how that easy that is? So make the hole work for you. You're still covering up. All of this is covering up my view of the deer, but it's also covering up the deer's view of my body. He can't see me, he can't see my activity. Then when it comes to actually using that hole that's there, don't try to look straight through it. Lower yourself down so you can see above the deer slightly, then aim point on through the leaves, knowing the arrow is going to go up a little bit, down a little bit, and into the deer. All right, I just tried shooting through here. I lowered myself down and took 2 good shots. We'll see them. I also raised myself up and shot right through like this. And be damned if I didn't hit what turned out to be, you'll see it, an arrow-sized branch right up here, and it whacked the arrows down. But also look, see how the branch goes up a little bit? So it's not that it only deflected down, it actually could have deflected it up. It could have knocked it to the right, to the left. Let's go see what we get. These three that you see on the bottom, those were all when I lowered myself down, aim point on the deer, knowing that it's going to go up, but I made a hole for myself. But look what happened with these other two. Deflection off to the left, deflection off to the right. All from something as small as a little itty bitty arrow-sized branch. It's not that the branch has so much mass, you guys. It's that when you hit a branch like this, it's that you have all of the leaves here. And the leaves are acting like parachutes. They give an artificial inertia to the branch. Like it's more massive, it's more stable than the branch really is. If I were to tear all those little leaves off and hit that exact same branch, I would be able to knock it out of the way. But look at the wind even on this one. The wind, when it pushes on these leaves, has the ability to move the whole branch. And when you have all of these leaves up here and you suddenly hit something, they try to push the branch up, but the leaves have inertia to push down on the branch and keep it from actually moving. It's more massive. That apparent mass actually causes more deflection to the arrow than you'd ever imagine. So, lower yourself down, you get good shots. Stand up and try to shoot through the branch, and if you nick one of them, craziness happens. Your choice. All right, hope you guys found that 5-minute video interesting and useful and informative. Can you shoot through branches? Yes. It's mostly air, mostly. But the best way, the smartest way to do it is to lower yourself. Look straight through until you see the deer. Lower yourself, thinking that now it looks like you're shooting through leaves to get the deer. What's really happening is the arrow is going to go up and down through the hole that you created, and you're going to get a gorgeous shot. We'll see you out there.